Hello everyone, my name is Livia Nuris. Sadidah. I'm from English Education Department 2022B. Now let's check it out. The first is inside the ancient Indian ritual where humans become gods by Sudha G. Tila from BBC News. Theam, a centuries-old folk ritual from Kerala, India, blend ancient tribal traditional with Hindu mythology, create a unique form of ritual matter. The performance has been performed on family property such as historian K. K. Gopalakrishnan's ancestral home in Kasaragod district. The traditional features flashy costumes, elaborate face paint, dress-like dancing. Theam performed mostly by men. Themes range from the worship of hunter-warrior gods. The ritual often beginning with a ceremony in a sacred grove before moving on to the performance venue. The performances, which run from October to April, are held on family farms and temples, particularly in northern Kerala district such as Kannur and Kasaragod. Gopala Krishnan's home. The performers perform supernatural acts such as fire walking that demonstrates the god's power over nature. The secret atmosphere of a Theam performance, fostering spiritual release, performance, and devotes, making it enduring symbol of the Kerala's culture and spiritual heritage. And the next is, why is it so difficult to walk in Indian cities? By Serlan Molan from BBC News. Indian cities pose numerous challenges for pedestrians, making walking a daunting task. The several factors contribute to the difficulty of walking in Indian city. Footpaths are frequently obstructed by hawkers, parked vehicles, garbage, and even cattle. For many, these footpaths also serve as homes, as highlighted by the alarming statistic of 10,000 pedestrian fatalities in 2022. Arun Pai undertook the world's longest footpath run in Bengaluru to raise awareness. In Mumbai, the Walking Project developed a pedestrian manifesto to advocate for change. Similarly, Delhi Bicycle promotes the creation of walkable and cycle-friendly infrastructure. Improving footpaths yields significant benefits. A study in Chennai revealed that better pedestrian infrastructure increased walking by 9 until 27%, while reducing pollution. Economic advantages were also noted, particularly for women and lower income groups, who rely more on walking as a mode of transport. In Hedge, footpaths promote equality and accessibility, making city more inclusive. In conclusion, improving pedestrian infrastructure is not just about convenience, but is essential for safety, equity, and sustainability. Indian cities must embrace walking as a valuable and primary mode of transport, fostering an environment that prioritizes pedestrians over vehicles. And the next is Valencia floods. Spain clings to fragments of hope in time of disaster. By Nick Beck from BBC News. The Valencia region experienced catastrophic floods in late October 2024, claiming over 220 lives. Among the hardest hit areas was Bayport, a town where 60 lives were tragically lost. The disaster left the region reeling and struggling to cope with its aftermath. In the face of tragedy, stories of heroism emerged. Daniel Barton, co-director of the YPT English Language School, risked his life to save children by breaking through doors to safety. Recovery efforts continue as volunteers, firefighters, police, and Red Cross work tirelessly to support affected communities. Despite these efforts, even as recovery efforts persist, the threat of further floods looms over the region. Authorities remain on high alert, with the mayor urging residents to stay indoors as flood warnings continue. This ongoing risk adds to the anxiety by those trying to rebuild their life. In conclusion, recovering from the Valencia floods will require long-term efforts focusing on rebuilding infrastructure and addressing the emotional wounds left by the disaster. Greater government intervention and sustained support are crucial to creating safer community and preventing such tragedies in the future. And the next is Silence and Erase. Hong Kong's decade of protest encapsulates the journey of Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement over the past 10 years, with the subtitle A Defiant Memory by Tessa Wong, Grace Soy, Vicky Wong, and Joy Chang from BBC News. Over the last decade, Hong Kong has undergone a significant transformation in its political landscape, once a bastion of free expression and vibrant protest culture. The city has seen its pro-democracy movement systematically suppressed by Beijing. From mass protests to quiet resistance, Hong Kong's story reflects both resilience and the heavy toll of authority. The 2014 Umbrella Movement marked a turning point in Hong Kong's pro-democracy struggle, as it demanded fully democratic elections, bringing figures like Joshua Wong and Benny Tai into the spotlight. The protest galvanized a generation of activities. Crackdown has taken an emotional toll, particularly on exiles like Chen Qianban and Kesumi Lau, who struggle with homesickness and the pain of leaving their life behind. The connected from Hong Kong's political struggle amplifies their sense of loss, highlighting the human cost of authoritarian control. These stories underscore profound impact of exile and repression on individual lives. Despite Beijing's effort to erase Hong Kong's protest history, many continue to preserve its legacy through archive writings and personal memories. These efforts ensure that the next generation remains connected to Hong Kong's identity and its struggle for freedom. In conclusion, Hong Kong's political future remains uncertain, but the reliance of its people endures. Even under Beijing control, the fight for freedom and democracy persists in both overt and subtle ways. Okay, thank you very much for your time and see you.